Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really want to talk about this because I get very emotional from the standpoint. I'm not crying or anything, but it hits me, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a human, and I have to sit on this damn internet and watch things happen in this era. And obviously, I'm always in tune with the news, and I have to talk about stuff on the channel for you guys. But a lot of times, there's stuff that I just don't want to discuss because of the real deal shit we got going on in our country. And we have a lot of shit going on in our country. Let me make that clear. But I'm going to use this as a moment. This won't be long. Let's just go into it. So, a woman by the name of Kenneka, I believe her last name is Brown, if I'm not Kenneka Jenkins, excuse me. Kenneka Jenkins was her name. She was found in a hotel freezer. You can go read the details of the story yourself. I'm not going to get right back into it. Again, I said I don't really like talking about this. To make a long story short, a lot of people believe her friend set her up. I don't know the details. Nobody knows the truth except the people who were in that room. A lot of people are assuming that she was raped by some man. They were at some sort of a hotel for a party. She lied to her parents like a lot of us do. Let's be clear. When we're 17, 18, 19, we lie about our whereabouts when we're still under our parents' household because a lot of times our parents want to avoid stuff like this from happening. And oh my gosh, I know all my grown people understand where I'm coming from. When your parents cared about where you were going, oh my gosh, that shit makes more sense now than it does ever. I'm going to be that overprotective parent one day. You got my word on that. Because when you hear shit like this, and let me just throw it out there, I find it hard to believe. Investigators are saying right now, they believe Kenneka got drunk and walked into a freezer of a hotel. It's one of the the big coolers. I find it hard to believe. When I'm drunk, just knowing how I am when I've gotten drunk in the past, intoxicated in the past. I'm a guy, and I'm pretty sure I'm stronger than she was. It's tough for me to lift stuff because I'm woozy and wobbling around, right? Let alone a woman. And from her picture, she probably wasn't no more than 140, 150 pounds. Probably not even that. She lift open a freezer, lock herself in. Even at your drunkest, I find it hard to believe. I'm going to let the process do its course before I really go off on Illinois police and an investigative team. I'm going to let them do their job. This is tough. And when I see rappers like Chief Keef, let me give Chief Keef some love right now. Because I get a bad rap. Keef gets a bad rap, of course. Rappers like Chief Keef, all they think he talk about is gang violence and gang and all that. I've actually personally seen strides in Chief Keef's character from the guy that entered rap. Because he was kind of a star of that drill era that you can't act like didn't sensationalize killing in Chicago. He was a part of a puzzle. And that brother has been making small strides. About a long way to go, like us all. But I've seen some improvement, and he's tweeted out, rest in peace to the young woman from Rosemont, Illinois. It's not that part of it that I think you need to pay attention to. It's the hashtag, nonsense. That hashtag meant more than Chief writing a paragraph or two. That's him saying, that's nonsense. A woman dying is nonsense. And that means a lot from a rapper who's so many times sensationalized gang. Hell, it wouldn't be a gang if it wasn't Chief Keef, right? Like, that means a lot. And I get a bad rep for not being able to take up for rappers when they're doing positive stuff. Well, here it is. But people don't watch these videos like they do the ones with the bullshit. They don't want to talk about that, though. With that being said, this is what this is. I think Chief hit it right on the nail on the head. This was nonsense. Some people are saying, again, I don't want to really get into the Twitter reports and what some people are saying online. Shout out to Family Low Store. I usually follow what Family Low says. People believe that she wronged her friend, so they had her set up. And there's a video floating around the internet where it looks like you can see things in one of the chick's shades. It's just one of those situations, man. Some people are speculating. You can hear Kenneka say, help me. And it's such a hurtful thing to watch. In the video, you can be the judge of that. You can find the video online somewhere. What I'm more upset about today, because I need to say this. And I said this on my socials the other night, and I want to reiterate this. I get upset when our people don't come together when things like this happen. Because just as much as I'm against police brutality, I'm right there with this too. I don't need you to pick one more than the other. I don't need you to say you're against police brutality more than you are black on black crime. I don't need you to say you're against more black on black crime more than you are police brutality. I just need people to say, two, I don't like this killing, two, this type of killing, two. That's all I need. Because when and I hate to call this movement out, but I got to do it. When an unarmed black person is killed, Black Lives Matter right there. What's the young brother's name? I forgot his name. A part of the Black Lives Matter. They're right there. They're right there. They're ready to protest. I know we can't step into every black on black crime because there are too many around our country. But social media is so powerful. What if we just started with these horrendous cases like Kenneka Jenkins, excuse me. I keep saying Brown. I don't know why I want to change this young lady's last name to Brown. Apologies to the family. Kenneka Jenkins. Why can't we just step into this one and make our way down? Maybe we can't hop into all the drug-related deaths in the inner communities yet. But what if we started with something so senseless like this, where it looks like a young lady was set up and threw in a freezer in Illinois, where the killing is already crazy in places like Chicago? And that's that. And you know, just come on now. We could start here. This will be a good start. Why are we not more outraged about this? I'm outraged. I'm not the guy. The reason why I'm so against police brutality is because there's somebody in power with privilege and they're getting away with something. Well, ain't that the same thing if there's somebody out here raping and killing our women, our black queens? That's somebody with power who believes they have power and privilege to get away with some stuff. Now, there's levels to that power and privilege stuff, and we know who's at the top of that totem pole, but this still outrages me, though. Like, I don't go to sleep at night more upset about one way a young lady lost her life or a young man lost his life than the other. I'm pissed at all of it. All the senseless, innocent killing. And I just think we need, our people, we need to be more outraged about this and not just protesting, shutting down cities when police brutality is going on. This pisses me off. And I'm even more pissed because I don't think all our people are going to sleep upset at this. Rest in peace, Miss Kenneka Jenkins. Shout out to Chief Keef for saying this was a nonsense killing. I think it's very needed for rappers to condemn this. Very needed for rappers like Chief Keef to condemn this, who have condoned that lifestyle for so long. Very needed. We got to stop this, man. We got to stop this killing, black on black crime. I've tried to educate my people so many times. I don't think people are listening. I'm not the preacher or anything like that, but I really believe we're mad at this, the crime happening from police brutality and white police officers killing black unarmed men and women. I don't think it's going to be one of those things where it'll start outer and come inward. What am I saying by that? I mean, for them to stop killing us, they got to know that we care about our lives. They think we don't care about our lives. They don't think we're equal. When we start taking every killing that happens in our community and we really put it out there in the atmosphere, we get these idiots out of our communities. When they know we care about our life, when there's less killings in our communities, then we'll be able to zone in on every killing that happens with a police officer and an unarmed black person, and they know they won't get away with it. So they'll think twice before they pull out that gun over that taser. They'll think twice about it. It's not going to be the inverse of operations. They're not going to stop first before we start caring more. We're going to have to start caring more, then we can invoke change. Am I agreeing or condoning what's going on with police officers in our community? Hell no. No. But I know how this process is going to work. It's going to have to start inward and work its way outward. Not going to be in the inverse. It's just not going to happen that way. Rest in peace to Miss Kenneka Jenkins. Very heartful story. Breaks my heart. Really does break my heart. But I'm upset about all of the killing. Every time that black man or that black woman run across my screen, I'm upset. We got to do better. at caring about all crimes, condemning all crimes, not just police officer to black person. We need to condemn crime with all people, especially when somebody of the black race is killed by somebody. I don't care who does it. Anyone.